Have you ever been in a relationship or encountered someone who just seemed different? Someone whose ego was so inflated, whose need for admiration was overwhelming, and whose sense of entitlement left you feeling smaller than you should? We often hear the word narcissist tossed around in casual conversations, sometimes to describe someone who is self-absorbed or has an inflated sense of their own importance. But what does it really mean? Is it always as simple as it seems? Today, let us dig deeper into narcissistic personality disorder, a serious mental health condition that impacts many individuals and can cause distress not only to them but to the people around them. So, what's the truth behind this disorder? And how can understanding it change the way we view those around us and even ourselves? Let's find out. I'm Zane, a relationship consultant and psychologist, and in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know about narcissistic personality disorder and how it can affect relationships, self-worth, and emotional health. What is narcissistic personality disorder? The term narcissist is often used loosely to describe someone who appears vain or obsessed with their own image. But narcissistic personality disorder is far more than just a bad attitude or inflated ego. It's a diagnosable mental health condition that deeply affects how individuals think, feel, and interact with others. According to Dr. Markley, a leading mental health professional, the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot to describe folks who might exhibit signs of self-absorption or inflated ego. But NPD is a specific personality disorder diagnosed by professionals. So why does this matter? Why should we care about NPD? Because those living with this condition often have no idea why they were struggling with what seem like the basics of life. They might not understand why they feel a constant need for admiration or why their relationships are constantly failing. It's a deeply rooted pattern of thinking and behavior that can last for years, often starting in adolescence or early adulthood. And while we can label someone as a narcissist based on behaviors, the truth is it's a complex mental health condition that requires professional diagnosis and understanding. The DSM-5 criteria. How do we know if someone has NPD? To truly understand narcissistic personality disorder, it's essential to look at the 9 official criteria outlined in the DSM-5, which is the manual mental health professionals use to diagnose personality disorders. Here are the 9 criteria you should know. A grandiose sense of self-importance. This isn't just about self-esteem. It's about having an exaggerated view of one's achievements and talents, often overstating or exaggerating their value. Fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. They may believe they are destined for greatness or fantasize about extraordinary accomplishments or relationships that are far beyond reality. A sense of self-superiority. A narcissist often feels superior to others and expects special treatment or attention. A need for excessive admiration. They crave praise and adoration, constantly needing to be validated for their worth, often in a way that feels insatiable. Sense of entitlement. Narcissists believe that they deserve special treatment or should have their needs met without question, regardless of the circumstances. Exploitative behavior. They often manipulate or use others for personal gain without regard for the other person's feelings or needs. It's a lack of empathy. Narcissists have difficulty understanding or caring about the emotions of others. Their focus remains squarely on their own needs and desires. Frequent envy. They may envy others or believe that others are envious of them, which can lead to constant comparisons and feelings of inadequacy in others. Arrogance. Narcissists typically exhibit haughty behaviors or attitudes, looking down on others they deem as inferior. Understanding covert narcissism now. While these traits are typical of narcissistic personality disorder, there's more to the picture than just these 9 criteria. One of the most misunderstood aspects of NPD is covert narcissism. You might think of a narcissist as someone who is loud, boastful, or attention-seeking, but a covert narcissist behaves differently. They're more subtle, often presenting themselves as quiet, sensitive, or shy. They still need admiration and validation, but in a more passive, hidden way. Covert narcissists might play the role of the victim or act as though they misunderstood, while still harboring the same feelings of entitlement and superiority. They might quietly manipulate others without ever raising their voice or boasting about their accomplishments. Understanding covert narcissism is crucial because it can be harder to spot and often goes unnoticed until the damage is already done. The impact of NPD on relationships. If you've ever been in a relationship with someone who has narcissistic traits, you know just how disorienting and exhausting it can be. The need for constant validation, the lack of empathy, and the emotional manipulation can make you question your own reality. You might feel drained, confused, and unsure of your own self-worth. Over time, narcissistic behaviors can slowly erode a relationship, leaving you wondering why things feel so unbalanced and unhealthy. But it's not just intimate relationships that suffer. Narcissistic behavior can also spill over into professional environments, friendships, and family dynamics. People with NPD often struggle to maintain healthy, balanced relationships because their behavior creates imbalance and tension in the dynamics. So, what can we do about it? Recognizing NPD and understanding its impact is the first step toward healthier boundaries and better mental well-being, both for those with the disorder and for those around them. Or if you're struggling with the effects of narcissistic behavior, here are a few steps you can take. Set boundaries. It's essential to clearly define what behaviors are acceptable and what aren't. Protecting yourself from exploitation and emotional manipulation. Seek support. Navigating relationships with narcissists can be emotionally draining. Talking to a therapist or counselor can help you gain insight and strategies for coping. Don't internalize their behavior. Remember, narcissism is about the other person's inability to see beyond their own needs. Don't let their lack of empathy or respect define your self-worth. Now that you have a clearer understanding of narcissistic personality disorder, remember, it's not about labeling people. It's about recognizing patterns of behavior and protecting your own mental health. Do you or someone you know struggle with narcissistic traits or behaviors? Have you ever experienced the impact of NPD in your relationships? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If this video helped you understand NPD better, subscribe to STR TV for more insights on psychology, relationships, and emotional well-being. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. I'm Zane, a relationship consultant and psychologist. Above all, always remember, you are not alone in this journey, and understanding is the first step toward healing.